Hey guys, and welcome back to Comicreview47. Today we'll talk about who exactly is Victor Zsasz. Victor Zsasz is a character that was more popular in the 90s. He's a part of the Batman Rogues Gallery, although he hasn't appeared much lately. Victor Zsasz first appeared in Shadow of the Bat #1 way back in June of the year 1992. In this issue, he's seen talking to Jeremiah Arkham. He's a therapist trying to follow in his uncle's footsteps of becoming Arkham Asylum's new therapist leader. Zsasz's character is pretty much established in this issue, but not how he acts making physical contact with people, which I will talk about in a minute. What we definitely know about him in this issue is that he is utterly dangerous, considering that he is trapped in a solid metal cylinder within a cage inside a room within thick walls. This issue is part 1 of 4 of a storyline called The Last Arkham. In issue 2, we got our first real look at Zsasz. Batman is investigating a crime scene that looks like something Victor Zsasz would do, so he visits him in Arkham Asylum to check out if he had any new scars. It turned out that he didn't, or did he? He's shown to have 3 scars at the bottom of his foot, which is a pretty clever hiding place. Zsasz is a villain that has to scar his body for every person that he kills. But if Zsasz did kill them, then how did he get out and in of Arkham Asylum? And what does he plan to do next? Well, it turns out that he was somehow able to escape at night from his cell without anyone noticing. I won't say any more about this series so that you can read it for yourself. Anyways, this is his amazing 4-part series and is a great way to make a first appearance to a character like Zsasz. Zsasz is a lot like the Joker, but also different in other ways too. For example, they both can fight off Batman and they both like to really mess with his head. But Zsasz is different because he has his iconic tally marks all over his body. They represent all the people he has killed. He also has his iconic knife, which is his most used weapon when he kills people. He uses a knife so that he can cut some tally marks on his body again. In case you're wondering where the name Zsasz comes from, I got you covered. So I was reading up on Zsasz's secret origin from Batman Chronicles #3, and Zsasz briefly mentions that he practices isometrics, which is a type of physical practice which is an efficient exercise method. One famous strongman who used this technique was Alexander Zsasz, a prisoner during World War I. Batman's villain Zsasz is spelled Z-S-A-S-Z, and strongman Alexander Zsasz is spelled Z-A-S-S. I think that this is too coincidental not to be the inspiration behind this rogue. Now, onto his origin story. It is explained in Batman Chronicles #3, Zsasz has no tragic or traumatizing childhood. It was actually the opposite. His parents were rich and gave him everything a kid could ever want. He was also popular in school and graduated. It even got to the point in which he was the owner of an international company while being in a string of billion-dollar deals. However, despite his success, a sudden tragedy hit him when he lost his parents in a boating accident. After this, things only went downhill. He started gambling while ignoring his company. He just kept on gambling until one day he made the ultimate gamble, the ultimate thrill. He had bet everything he had and lost to the Penguin. It was at this moment that he had lost his motivation and purpose for living. He then proceeded to commit suicide when he was interrupted by a homeless man with a knife. Zsasz quickly snatched the knife and was ready to attack. He looked into the man's eyes only to reveal a robot, a zombie of some sorts. Victor Zsasz felt an obligation to end his life so that in turn it would end his suffering. This is his first, but certainly not the last, cut on his body. Zsasz is extremely intelligent. He's got physical strength despite his appearance, and is unpredictable. Zsasz later appears in Batman Nightfall Part 3, where he has hostages that are scared to death. They try to attack, but he quickly subdues them. He hasn't really had a major role since then, until 2006 in Detective Comics #815. In this issue, he escapes while killing 4 people, 3 guards and 1 therapist. He almost killed Alfred if he weren't taken to the hospital in the nick of time. Zsasz had already marked Alfred's death, so he went to the hospital to finish the job, since he thought that he was already dead before. Luckily, this was all part of Batman's plan, and he knocked Zsasz unconscious. This issue shows just how slippery Zsasz can be. He escapes Batman and the police several times, making it pretty tough for Batman to catch him. He has appeared a few times in the New 52 and Nightwing, and in Detective Comics number 18. His most recent appearance is in All-Star Batman. He has appeared in some media in the TV show Gotham, portrayed by Anthony Carrigan, and he has appeared in Batman Begins. In non-live action media, he briefly appeared in Batman Assault on Arkham.
Victor Zsasz, we got you surrounded.
Please don't hurt me.
Let the girls go before it gets ugly.
He's also played a role in the Batman Arkham series, in which he looks pretty cool.
But back then, I had yet to experience the joy of cold steel cutting through warm flesh. I had no idea how I could save these people from the relentless misery of their existence.
I think this character needs a few more comic book appearances every once in a while. What do you guys think? Is Zsasz a cool character to you? Leave your comments below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.